the easy call. Yeah, he's gonna do it. I think that's easy.
Yeah, I think they get a guy that we don't know about. I do research. They hired somebody said be the Chiefs offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it's gonna be somebody.
Some guy you don't know that
That's
brings the Chiefs playbook.
It's got an offensive
Rams
like
offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's true.
Bears offensive coordinator.
Or like the guy right now on the sideline that's assisting him.
Yeah, somebody like that.
I agree.
But I like that. I like that idea. Shout out to whoever said that.
That's horrible.
That's horrible. All right, so I do want to on a couple things. We got a little bit of time. Have you looked at the NFL standings a little bit? Who you liking to win the divisions and stuff like that?
Yeah. I still think that there's a lot going on in the NFL. You got teams winning here, teams winning there. I still think the favorites are still the favorites, though. Like, I don't think that's really changed. I still like Kansas City in the West, even though the Chargers are really for real. Like, they're scary good. I just think Kansas City this year's got a little too much offense for them. I just don't trust Phillip Rivers enough. Like, the dude throws for thousands of yards every year.
How many years does Phillip Rivers have to show you? He's the real gunslinger.
No, bro. And it's just so old looking too. It's just like, ugh. But he's destined for like a 3-pick game sooner or later, and they're gonna.
He's so. The Dolphins are 6-6, but you don't really expect them. The Chiefs are 10-2. The Chargers 9-3. So you would think at 9-3 they've
got a head-to-head left, and they're gonna secure the wild card. But they've got a head-to-head left. And let me just say this. I wouldn't be surprised if they overtake them in the head-to-head, but
and the Chiefs go to the
I like the Chiefs in that division.
Steelers are 7 and the Ravens are 7-5.
The Steelers win the North,
and the Colts and the Texans. The Texans are 9-3 in the South, with the Colts at 6-6. So right now you got, because I think tonight is Titans Jaguars.
Yes.
So Titans are 6-6. So teams that can grab that second spot. So we already say the Chargers, between Chargers and Chiefs, one of those
Chargers Chiefs, they're both in.
They're both
going to win the division.
So right now, the Ravens hold the second spot at 7-5.
Yep.
Would you rather see the Ravens, the Colts, or the Titans in that second spot, or the Broncos?
I'd rather see the Ravens out of all of those.
Out of all those things.
Yep, I'd rather see the Ravens. Defense travels, and I'm kind of enjoying watching this phenomenon take place with Lamar Jackson. Can he win? Can he win a playoff game?
He's winning.
They're winning games. It's regular season games, but they're winning games.
Throwing 100 yards and running for 100 yards.
So I like stories like that. It's fun to watch. Yeah. I don't want to see the Broncos because I know what their defense is going to do, but there are certain teams where I feel like they could get in, but I don't think they can make that noise.
There's certain teams I don't want to see. I don't want to see KC. I don't want to see the Titans in there.
Yeah, I don't want to see them in there.
That whole Andrew Luck comeback story is nice, but I don't think it's ready for this. After you lost 0-6 to the Jaguars last week,
oh God,
that was one of the worst ever. So you can do that again. So I'm not, I'm with you. I'd rather see Lamar Jackson take this team into the playoffs.
And the storyline is, can he?
And totally,
that's enough for
Joe Flacco's life. Joe Flacco will be on the market. You know what I'm saying? After that. So, yeah, I agree with you. But it's a lot of scary teams. The Patriots are for real. The Chiefs are for real. The Chargers are for real. The Steelers are always in the mix, and it's 9-game winning streak.
Yeah, the Texans are scary. I mean, their defense is top-notch. It's hard to believe. Like, they win the South every year because the teams in the AFC South are always horrible. Mm-hmm. Like, Tennessee and Indianapolis are 8-8, 9-6, or whatever, 9-7. But they seem to be legit this year. And they're kind of fun to watch too, watching Deshaun Watson do his thing. So I think the AFC pick. I think that if there's ever a year to knock the Pats out, this is the year. I think Kansas City and LA Chargers both have a very good chance of getting to the Super Bowl. It'll be interesting to see if the Ravens can. It'll be interesting to see if the Pats are still the Pats and are able to run through it. But right now, the Patriots are fighting for that home field advantage. And if you got Foxborough, that's tough. But if they've got to come to you, you've got an opportunity to knock those guys off. And if there's ever a year to do it, this is the year.
Yeah, and the Steelers just got to get in. Once they're in, I don't think they're not a team that needs a first round bye. Like
No.
they can come from
Me about
this
that.
week, so that ain't no run game.
Yeah.
So you
I
got to
wanna
get that kid
see-
healthy.
I want to see if we know Ben can carry that team, but I want to see what they can do too, and see if they can make some noise. Patriots get to the Super Bowl again. I can tell you that much.
It'll be fun to see who gets that second bye.
They start 5-0 and then they lose 4 out of the next
And they
5.
lose the first round of the playoffs.
Right now, only lost 2 games.
They Andy Reid still the coach.
Andy Reid still the coach.
And then in the NFC, you got the Rams leading the West 7-1. The Seahawks behind them. I said 7-1, 11-1. Seahawks right behind them 7-5. The Bears lead the North at 8-4 with the Vikings behind them at 6-5. The Saints lead the South at 10-2 with the Panthers behind them at 6-6. And the Cowboys lead the East at 7-5 with both the Eagles and Redskins behind them at 6-6. So a lot of teams that can be wild card teams, or we haven't even figured out what the division is, especially in the East and maybe in the North if the Bears and the Vikings can muddy that up.
Yeah, the NFC is interesting. One here, the NFC is, can the teams that have these offenses go as far as you think they can because of their offense? Like sooner or later, are the Rams going to have to stop somebody? Their front four pressures.
Oh yeah, they can stop them.
They've already lost to the Saints, and we could possibly see a rematch of that game. That was at home. Rams have home field. That's different. If you got to go out to LA and play them, that's definitely a different story. It seems like whoever gets home field advantage in the NFC has a very good chance.
I think the Cowboys put some good tape on.
Don't you have to question though? Like
I'm not saying the Cowboys,
their fans.
No, Cowboys themselves can compete. I'm saying they put in that game.
But nobody else is built like that though. Like nobody else has an Ezekiel. So nobody has okay, the Saints have Kamara and Ingram, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when they played him, it was like 55-52. Like it doesn't matter because the question becomes, will their defenses be able to handle the other's offense?
Yeah.
Like I think, Dallas is hot. Dallas beat the Saints. I don't think Dallas can beat them twice.
Right.
Like, so I'm not. I liked it. It was a nice little upset. Everybody was hyping up. It was right for Dallas because everybody was. I mean, Stephen A. was in Dallas talking trash.
And a Drew Brees jersey.
Yes. It was easy pickings to call that game an upset. But when we get to the playoffs, can those offenses carry, or will one of these 6-6, 7-5 teams come up and surprise? Because those folks that are hanging out, Minnesota defense, if they get healthy, they're strong. Chicago's scary. Chicago's really scary.
I think Chicago's gonna win that. I think they're gonna
win the division.
The team that I'm really disappointed in is Carolina.
Me too.
Because I thought they had
JoJo, I'm sorry.
I thought they had it. They were on a nice 3-4 game win streak, and then you lose 4 in a row.
I'm disappointed.
Greg Olson's now off for the season.
Yep. I'm disappointed.
They've had some bad losses.
Yes, last week they lost to Tampa Bay.
Bad loss.
Shouldn't have lost that game.
3 picks.
Be honest with you, they should have beat Detroit.
Yeah.
So I mean, they've laid some eggs, and I'm with you. I've been 100% disappointed. I'm a Cam fan when they win. I like how he plays the game. I like the fun that he adds to it. I'm very disappointed. I don't think they're making the playoffs this year, and I think it's sad because they should.
I think it sucks to say that the Cowboys might. I think the Cowboys' momentum will propel them to NFC East championship to be the.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
As an analyst, I think we have to say that. But it would be really funny to watch.
It would be funny to watch them implode.
Yes.
But I think they got like the swag and the mojo to get them there. Like this, that's the move
I think they got enough to get there, but I think
something wrong with the Eagles.
I think the first round loss is gonna be.
Oh yeah, I mean that's to be expected.
It's gonna happen. The Eagles are unfortunately Super Bowl hangover broken. I think Dallas is gonna.
So right now, I think Seattle's probably the first wild card team. They're 7-5.
They don't scare anybody.
They don't scare anybody, but they're going to make it in. They're going to win the division. I think Seattle's going to get in. Teams, the Redskins, possibly the Vikings, or if the Panthers can get it together, who do you see taking that second wild card spot?
Right now, I think you have to go with the team that's closest to being consistent, and that's the Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah, I think that's the Vikings. I think again, if their defense gets healthy, I think that helps them. Kirk Cousins hasn't played poorly. They just have had some hiccups in some games and gotten beaten. So I think they're starting to get on a roll a little bit, and I think that's the team that you could sit sooner than anybody else. I can't trust Carolina right now. Fitz Wentz, that injury takes time. It's football players, basketball players. So, but I just
Rams schedule. Rams, Texans, Redskins to finish off the season.
Who's got to finish like that?
The
Rams, Texans, and Redskins.
Yeah, Texans 9-3, Rams 11-1.
Right now, that sounds like two
and then
losses.
a division game.
Yeah,
that's tough.
I gotta go with Minnesota.
Vikings play the Dolphins, the Lions, and the Bears.
Yeah, all they gotta do is go 2-1. I think they're in because you're gonna beat the Lions and you can beat the Dolphins. That Lions game is here, isn't it?
He's so disrespectful.
I know.
And then the Cowboys have the Colts, the Bucks, and the Giants. Cakewalk.
Yep. Cowboys should go 3-0 and get in. Yeah, I think Philly's on the outside looking in. I like Minnesota to get that second.
Philly, Carolina outside looking in. You got Seattle and the Vikings as the two wildcard teams. We'll keep our eyes up on that.
Yep. We're not putting your hands on women.
Oh, God.
Stop.
It's crazy. All right, top five.
This is your top.
I'll get through it quickly. So last week I was going to do top 5 running backs that were on their rookie deals. Kareem Hunt messed that up. So I'm doing a top 5 overrated NBA players in my light. Okay. Top 5.
These are your top.
These are my top 5
overrated
NBA players. Currently playing. Yeah.
Okay.
Current guys.
Top 5. In order.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think you already know who's on my list.
I know one guy.
Number 5, top 5 overall NBA players. I'm going John Wall. This guy is not. His team is horrible, but yeah, we always put him in the top point guard spots. Why? Like, yes, he's fast. He can make great layups. Dude can't shoot.
Can't shoot.
He's right now on a 5-year, $84 million extension. The Jews making $18 million a year to lose. Right now, he's on the trading block. Nobody wants him. He's overrated. Yes, is he a top point guard in the league? Of course, but would you want him on your team right now? Could you ask yourself, would my team be better right now if John Wall was on it?
No.
Most people would say
my
no.
team might be better. My team's horrible. They're not the worst in the league, thank God, but my team's bad. But no, I wouldn't want him.
If LeBron was still on your team, would you still want John Wall?
No, absolutely not.
Any backlash on that?
No.
And let the church say amen.
Amen. I think you're going to have great supporting evidence for these 5. Well, for these.
Oh, no, I got some dudes today. You're going to be like, what?
For 3 of these next 4, because I know one of them.
Nah, you don't know who I got on my list. You don't know who I got on my list. At number 4 on the top 5 overrated NBA players, I have Devin Booker at number 4. The dude has not won a game since he's been in the league. Franchise player said he wanted to make the playoffs this year. There's no excuse for it. You suck this year, kid.
This year, what are his numbers?
He probably averages 20-something a game.
So he doesn't suck. His team's horrible.
They're
the worst team in the league.
Not really. You got Trevor Ariza. You got the number 1 overall pick.
They're bad.
You can at least win more than 5 games, and you're already in. Come on. Let's try to win some games. Whatever you guys call
but he's not gonna. But is he like?
Is he worth $585 million?
Isn't that his rookie deal?
No, he just signed an extension. He signed that 185 Supermax.
Okay, one question for you.
Yes.
It's not backlash. It's just a question.
Yeah.
How do you say a player that scored 70-some points in the game is overrated?
Because he's only won 5 games this season.
He has only won 5 games for his team. His team's bad.
Yeah, but they can.
So even if he scores a lot, his team can still lose.
Good players can make bad teams relevant. His team is just not relevant. They're not relevant. We go to Phoenix and we know we're going to get a W.
I just don't feel like. I don't feel like this is the same as saying Kevin Garnett in his heyday made the Wolves relevant. Like Garnett was powerful. He made the T-Wolves a possible 8 seed. Phoenix is bad, bro. They're
Yeah, but you can sniff though. Like you can sniff.
With Devin Booker,
you can sniff.
I feel like you're being a little hard on
At least, well, like you can have wins, bro. Like you can have 11 wins or something by now.
I feel like you're being hard on him.
I'm not being hard on him because he makes $105 million. He makes $27 million
Everybody
a year
makes
next year.
$27 million.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
Okay, that's your top 5.
He's
it's not backlash. I just wanted to.
I just think he's overrated right now because he's the franchise player, but the franchise is suffering.
Okay,
I just don't like it.
All right.
Number 3 on the top 5 overrated NBA players, I got Hassan Whiteside. Guy is big, huge defensive guy, but he's the biggest freaking baby of all time. He's the Dwight Howard 2.0. He's the biggest, babyest jerk ever. He leaves early in the middle of a game to go in the locker room because he's not getting playing time because he's a big baby. And this guy's making $99 million over 4 years. He makes $25 million this year.
Really?
$25 million.
You have odd with people with these big contracts. That's the
problem. You don't perform.
Yeah,
you don't perform.
You get no argument from me.
Joel Embiid is right. You're soft. Yeah. You're a soft little cupcake baby.
I've never let
them. And then you didn't get no run in the playoffs last year. How you the franchise player and you didn't even put you on the court?
Yeah, I think there's more to blame besides him.
Overrated.
You're good there. No argument there.
Number 2 on my top 5 overrated NBA players is Mr. Cat himself, Karl Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So you know who my number 1 is.
I think I do. And I feel like I'm about to ring the life out this bell.
Karl Anthony Towns is the second most overhyped player ever. He's just a big Negro. He doesn't do anything special. He gets rebounds. He scores 20 points. Yeah, he's a stat paffer. But he's not winning games. But you give him a supermax of $158 million to what? To be big?
But whose fault is
doing nothing?
That's the Timberwolves' fault for giving him that money.
Yeah, but you can't say he's a franchise player though. Like he's not there, bro. Yeah, he's still a kid in his head. He's playing Fortnite on his off days.
He's definitely taking
the whole Jimmy Butler thing. Like he just wanted dudes that was gonna play ball. And if you can't play ball with a cat that helps you get to the playoffs for the first time in your career, what else? What won out of life?
That's fair. Aaron says, I think he's talking about Whiteside, is a product of the LeBron Miami area, but nobody is rating him great. Yeah, no, you're right. So far, your list is actually respected. I think you're a little hard on Devin Booker, but so far the other 3 on your list are up to par.
Number 1.
I think this is going to be wrong.
Of the top 5.
I think you're about to do what I think you're about to do.
Most overrated NBA players in the league.
You better not say it.
Can we get some love to the boy, the reigning, defending NBA Rookie of the Year, Mr. Benjamin Simmons?
Oh, my God, you can't.
Overrated, overhyped, overblown player in the National Basketball League.
You committed a foul.
He is overrated.
That's horrible.
The cat can't shoot. He can't shoot to save his life. He can't throw a brick off a barn house. He sucks. At shooting the basketball.
Is that the only thing you have on this guy? Is his jump shot?
Is he a leader?
There are a lot of players that have come into this league and couldn't shoot and still did what they did, like he did what he did, and made it to the playoffs.
Last year they made it to the playoffs. He impacted some games. This year, he's not impacted not one game. At least Jason Kidd had a jump shot. You can't call him the next Jason Kidd, the next triple-double machine. At least Jason Kidd can shoot a 3. At least Jason Kidd took his team to the NBA Finals. This guy is so overrated.
Like his 12th season.
He's so overrated.
His 3rd season.
So overrated. He's not the Fresh Prince. He's not the next big thing.
Oh my
He's not
God.
the next prototype. He's a 6'8" guy that they put at point guard because he's bigger than everybody else, so he can make the pass. So that's why he averaged 10 assists, and he can get the rebounds because every other point guard is 6'3", so because he crashes boards. But you put him on the island, the boy can't make a shot.
Can I talk?
The biggest game of their season, yesterday against Toronto, he had 8 points. You do that against a rival, against a team that you're trying to beat to get to the NBA Finals, you score 8 points? Come on, Shane. It's over. The most overrated NBA player is Benjamin Simmons.
I disagree. Aaron said he is overrated. He can't shoot. J Kidd didn't have one at first though. Thank you. That's you. This dude's in his.
No, thank you. He disagreed with me.
No, he agrees that you're right, but he also says, "Hey, J Kidd didn't have a jump shot either." He has to develop a jump shot.
He's not even trying. He's not
You
even
don't
shooting
know
the
what he's
ball,
trying
bro.
to do.
He's not even shooting it. He's
He
not
has to
shooting.
develop
He's not
a
making
jump shot.
attempts.
I'm not. I said this last year. I'll say it again. I'm not crowning this guy the next great LeBron of our generation and all that. He's not the next LeBron of the league and all that. I'm not giving him that. But to say that this dude is overrated is disrespect.
It's not.
They went to the playoffs last year. Okay? They're going to be in the running for it again this year. You name 4 players whose teams are sniffing the playoffs. They're barely playing. And you put this guy on your list. You know who I really thought? This is who I thought you were going to really do.
What
I knew you were going to put Ben Simmons on.
You knew I was going to put him on there.
Number one.
Number one.
The number one player should be Lonzo Ball.
Oh, God. Come on, man.
Overrated player in the history of top 3 draft picks. Overrated. That's who should be on your list. That's who should be number one. Is Lonzo Ball. But to say that Ben Simmons is the number one over, you're in your emotions. That's exactly where you're in right now. You're mad because he won Rookie of the Year. You're mad because he makes a lot of money. You're mad because right now some type of way, and you have it out for Ben Simmons. You always had it out for him, and you're being disrespectful. But it's your top 5 list. It's yours. You can do whatever you want to do.
I mean, no, I'm not putting Lonzo on there. I should have put Brandon Ingram on there.
Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball. Put him on there. You hear that, Sports Cephas dad?
All right, so that's my top 5 list. You got to rip it up anymore?
No, I've said you are that your number one is just it's an emotional pick at number one. If you put him at number 5, we could have had this argument 10 minutes ago and would have been good. But no. You want to put him at number 1 because you feel some type of way. You're mad because your boy Spider didn't win. And where's Spider right now? Oh, what's overrated? Where's Spider? That hype and hoopla about him last year being the Rookie of the Year. Where is he? Where's your Utah Jazz at? Put him on the list. If you're going to put Ben Simmons on the list, put Spider on the list.
Sophomore slump, man. He just got to get back in rhythm. He's hurt. He got a hurt ankle.
Let's see. Excuse
got a hurt ankle.
Yeah, right.
He playing the West.
Look at there it is. Look at it. LeBron and Lonzo play together. That's why Lonzo.
He got Kyle Korver now, so things will work a little better. Grayson Allen didn't work out. They put him down in the D League, so now they're just working things out. New season. All right, on to Issa Durant, Mr. Kevin Durant, your favorite basketball player, is in the news.
Your favorite
is in the news again. I thought Durant and LeBron were cool. Like they
work out together and everything.
Don't they seem like they have a good rapport?
I don't know what's going on.
So the word toxic is flying around a lot these days. It even I think the Webster's dictionary or one of them dictionaries made toxic the word of the year or something like that.
Really?
So
we have to keep that in mind as we wrap up the year and start using the word toxic more.
Kevin Durant was asked, and to LeBron James' defense, that's how he answered the retort. He was like, I don't know how the question was asked. I don't know what else was around this statement that you guys are giving me right now. So I'm giving Kevin the benefit of the doubt until I hear and see the full story article, what's going on. You're just giving me a quote in this short context. and I'm not going to go there.
Nice job, bro.
So here's the quote that's been circulated. Kevin Durant on LeBron James. So much hype comes from being around LeBron. It's not even about basketball at certain points. So I get why anyone wouldn't want to be in that environment because it's toxic.
It does sound like a quote pulled out of something. It does sound like you don't have the context. Because it sounds like the question might have had like toxic in it. Like the question might have been like somebody said it. Like it sounds like a setup. So I don't know. I see why LeBron. Good job, LeBron, on responding the way you did. And I know Issa's very tough. Like I get it. I know he's tough on himself, and he's got his alter egos on Twitter and stuff. So I understand he struggles here, but I don't see him doing this like publicly bashing a player like that. So something seems a little off here. I know I did see some stuff on ESPN. A lot of guys defended him because it sounded like they agreed with what he was saying because the environment around LeBron is a tough environment to be around. If you play with LeBron, you're the others. Yeah. Like, and if LeBron didn't lose, the others lost it for him. So it is hard to go and play with him. I think now more than ever, you're looking at an NBA where there are more that would probably not go play with him than it used to be where guys would go play with him. Not anything to do with him, but I think it does have something to do with the fact that these are involved in trying to brand themselves, trying to get there, trying to be the big man on campus. They're trying to be the guy. So I can see why people don't want to necessarily go and play in LA when you have LA plus playing with LeBron in that market. That's tough. So, but I need to hear the context as well. That the quote sounds random.
So the next day, they asked KD to explain his toxic comments about playing with LeBron. So he starts off like this. He said, "It depends on what kind of player you are. If you're Kyle Korver, then it makes sense because Kyle Korver in Atlanta was the ball, and he's not a number one option at all, not even close. So his talents benefit more from LeBron. If you're a younger player like Kawhi, trying to pair him with LeBron James doesn't really make sense. Kawhi enjoys having the ball in his hands, controlling the offense. A lot of young players are developing that skill. They don't need another guy." So to your point, if you don't mind being looked at as the other,
you're gonna go there.
Then but if you're a young up-and-coming superstar, Kyrie Irving, then maybe that's not the best situation for you because you don't want your star to be dampened by LeBron.
Yeah, I think today's NBA a big name. They're trying to be bigger in the NBA than it just being one guy. And so I think guys will go play in Golden State first because it's those guys, even though Steph Curry's the man there, he's the alpha dog and KD's there, they're not those personalities. But also the media, just the thing, LeBron is like all the media surrounding and everything's about him and everything's this, LeBron this, LeBron that. You don't have that in Golden State. In Golden State, it's which star has issue today, and then when they're working together, it's everybody. When they lose, it isn't Curry's fault. It's they got to play better as a team. It's just a different story.
Right.
So I think in today's NBA, players are starting to say, "I want to be my own guy." But to his point, if you're a person that needs a LeBron player, then you go there. If that's your only route to get into a ring, you go there. Because if you're Kawhi, it's a tough decision. If you're Kawhi and you believe you could take somebody to the finals, okay. But when you look at the league, do you really think the Raptors are going to win the finals against somebody from the West?
Not win the finals, no.
Now, can they get there? Yeah.
They look good.
They look good. They can possibly get there. You got to wait for Boston to round out. You'll see what happens. At the end of the day, maybe he's comfortable there. Maybe he feels like maybe he does run for the next 6 or 7 years and feels like, hey, I like my chances of getting there in the East.
Right.
Let's get there.
Right.
So I don't know. It still doesn't sound like Durant going after LeBron though.
Okay.
I don't hear that. but a player should want to be in the presence of LeBron. He makes everyone around him better. That's what my brother says. So Cedric says, but a player should want to be in the presence of LeBron. He makes everyone around him better. Sometimes you have to be in the shadows before the light hits you. Yeah, that's an old way of. That's like an old mantra though. Like you gotta before you can lead, you gotta follow. Like that's the old way of doing it. I think players do that anymore. Like they're not looking to learn how to lead. They're looking to learn how to be the guy.
Here's where I find his comments unnecessary, because everybody's on a big free agent thing coming up.
Yep.
So like, are you hedging Kawhi come to LA? Like, are you trying to float something out there so he doesn't have a super team against whoever you're going against? Like, are you throwing little birdies out there to say, hey, established players, don't go play with LeBron. Go keep doing your own thing. So, or all the people who think you want to the Lakers, put yourself in an awkward place.
Or are you trying to get others away so you can go?
That's what Max was saying. So he can make
because I don't necessarily know.
But then you got to
sure.
backtrack on those statements. Like,
but does he, or is that the media's fault?
Are you thinking you're other? Now,
no,
his initial shot was at the media. Like his initial shot was, all you.
It's all you guys.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Slappies?
Yeah,
or something?
fanboys.
Yeah. I honestly think if KD goes there, he doesn't have to be another, because KD's earned the right to be KD.
Mm-hmm.
He's earned the right that if he goes and plays with LeBron, it's LeBron and KD.
I think KD's learned how not to be ball dominant now, so he doesn't have to work.
Yeah, he doesn't have to work. But he never. That's the thing about Issa. He didn't really want. He didn't want that pressure anyway.
Well, and then that will really help him.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, as he says. If when LeBron falls short, it's not LeBron, it's the other. So do you really want to be in a position where you didn't help LeBron win a championship?
Well, then that validates what he's saying then. Because then that in a realistic place, that's the issue, right? I'm
going to get demonized by the media.
Why don't we just give him credit for just making a statement that's just true? Like, why does it have to be a shot at LeBron? I think it's only a shot because that's how the media wants to spin this. But I think what he's saying is accurate. If you go play there, if you're not top 5 player in the league, like if you're Kawhi, it's going to be LeBron and Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
If you're KD, it's going to be LeBron and KD. But if at the time, it wasn't even LeBron and Kyrie. It was the big three. They gave it LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin. And then it was LeBron and Kyrie. But Kyrie was getting the shade because anytime the games didn't go well, nobody looked and said, LeBron needs to do better this or that. It was always, well, Kyrie needs to pass more. So you get out from under that light.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can go there and stand alone is if you're a KD type player. He's got his own MVPs and he's got his own championships. All the other guys are guys that have not won anything, and LeBron's the guy taking them there.
Gotcha.
So you have to be that caliber to go there. So I think his statement is true. Why does it have to be a shot at LeBron? How come it's not just a true statement? Hey, listen, if you go play with him, this is real. You guys make this, it's a machine. It's like you guys make it about him. So if you go play there, I got to deal with y'all saying this. If you don't, then you don't. You don't have to deal with it. It's a real thing. I don't know that he's being shady. I feel like the media is making it bigger than what it is. Because the quotes seem like pulled out. They just seem random.
Yeah, the word toxic that's the word that comes out to you. So like you said, that might have been in the question that he
it seemed like okay.
But
y'all ask about
the way that he re-explained it, because he probably had a day or so to think about
and listen to the media spin it.
Like, what did you really mean by that toxic question? Well, it's not really toxic. It's just unfortunate for the smaller role players that play with him that you're going to get the brunt of, if you lose, it's going to be on you.
That's period. That's how it works. And that's real. Like, we know that. We've watched it for years.
Mm-hmm.
When it was LeBron and D-Wade, you didn't get the others comment. The others were the other guys besides Bosh and D-Wade.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? Like, the others were the Batty A's and all them.
Mm-hmm.
But when they lost, it wasn't the others' fault. It wasn't until he got back to Cleveland and he was the legit one guy on the team who won championships. Nobody else on the team won championships. So now it becomes LeBron's taking us there. LeBron this, LeBron that. So
Which is true.
And he was great for the most part. Does he have flaws in his game at times? Yes. Did he probably lose a couple games? Yes. But the media never spun it that way. It was always the others. So I think his statement
Because
is
the others
fair.
were happy to be there because they normally wouldn't be there if he wasn't on the
He
team.
wasn't there. So that's the pressure. So if you're Kawhi, do you have to go there to win? And if you go there, might you be an other because you don't have a ring yet? So
Kawhi has a ring.
Oh yeah, that's right, Spur. So yeah, so he can legitimate. He's legitimate, right?
Right.
So if he goes there, it doesn't become he's going there to team up to get a ring. It just becomes he's teaming up with LeBron, like they're teaming up together. So does he get penalized if they lose? Probably not as much as Kyle Korver.
So you're saying that the quote isn't as devious as I would think?
I don't think it is. It seems set up. It seems NBA machine, ESPN. We need something to talk about.
All right.
Cedric says, "Can't you be a good support? Can't you be a good supportive player, a quality player who has their own and still can get championships with LeBron? LeBron will make that person better. Can LeBron make Kawhi better? LeBron makes others like LeBron makes Ingram better. He makes Kuzma better. He makes
the Lakers
better because nobody on that team can take that team anywhere except LeBron. Like if you take LeBron back off that team, they're back to being 20 and 50.
Yeah,
right? So in that case, yes, LeBron makes them better. But if Kawhi goes there, you would argue that Kawhi makes them better, right? Because right now we're saying the Lakers are still another max player away from being great.
Yeah, Kawhi definitely helps them on the defensive side of the ball, right? Because your rotations are more crisper. There's another guy that can handle a second superstar if the team has two superstars.
Right.
Or a guy that can guard the main superstar. And it's even more dangerous. You can let LeBron roam and do, things with the basketball against a secondary defender because the other guy has to guard Kawhi, right?
Right.
So it opens up the offense in that aspect.
But see, there it is,
the defense makes the defense tighter.
Or does the second guy have to guard LeBron?
Right.
And you open it up for Kawhi.
Right. So that's the whole thing about having multiple guys that can do multiple things instead of you just have Alonzo that can just pass or Ingram that can just slash or Kuzma that can just shoot. You know what I'm saying? You got multi-talented guys in different areas. So I agree with you. If he goes in that team, he's not relegated in other status.
Right.
He's a superstar playing with another superstar.
That's what I see. So I agree with KD. Zoe agrees. He says this is a media hype move. There's no shade here. Cedric said he has another element to the game. Who Kawhi does? I mean, anybody going to LeBron that's a star is adding another element to that team. Period. But I don't think it's shady to say what KD said. I think KD made a statement. I think the statement's accurate, and that is very plain and simple. Hey, listen, if you go there, this is what you have to deal with. And point blank period. There's nothing shady about it. I can still see KD going to the Lakers next year. Like I can still see that happening and there not being a problem.
Yeah. I don't think his words haunt him in that sense.
Yeah.
So I know I'm trying to cue things up. I'm trying to get out of here.
He left the screen, everybody. Our engineer had to get a haircut.
I just had one thing we can touch on. That the Lakers are trending forward, right?
Hey! All that work. You can go back and go there. I just said he's getting a haircut, everybody. And there he walks back in. The Lakers are trending up. Yes.
So the Lakers are trending forward. Are you feeling any sort of way about the treatment that we gave Sports Dad Stevens the other day about just giving a team that has LeBron James on it the automatic respect to make it to a certain round to the playoffs?
Absolutely not. Not. I don't feel some type of way.
No.
I'm not believing yet. They're trending upward. Yep, they sure are in the regular season. So see you in the playoffs, LA, and we'll see what happens. I don't feel any type of way. Sports Cephas' dad said we owed respect because this dude is who he is, and we should just. He put them in the Western Conference Finals.
So here's why I bring it up. So I'm just looking at everything, right? I'm looking at the league. I'm looking at the players. I'm looking at how LA's playing at this time. And when he was saying it, and back in Halloween, I was saying 100% absolutely not.
Western Conference Finals.
Western Conference Finals, absolutely not. I'm coming off the 100% because I'm seeing the teams that are doing well in this time right now. Right now, the Lakers are a 5 seed if everything stops today. Mm-hmm. They're 15-9. The teams ahead of them, the Nuggets at number 1, 17-7. Mm-hmm. Do you think they're actually legit? Do you think they're contenders in the West?
I'm more amped to say they're legit.
In a 7-game series,
are they a 1 seed? Probably not.
In a 7, they're not a 1 seed to me either. But when I take LeBron James versus the Denver Nuggets, I would give LeBron the edge in that for some weird reason because I'm not trusting the Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
Number 2, the Oklahoma City Thunder sitting at 16-7. LeBron James versus Oklahoma, I would give him a shot in that too. If that matchup happened in a 7-game series, I would give him a matchup in that.
Oklahoma City is still winning that series right now, today, for me.
Number 3, the Clippers. You really picking the Clippers over LeBron?
Who plays for the Clippers?
The Clippers are 16-8.
Are they?
They're good this year. They're playing team ball. Doc Rivers leading them in. You know what I'm saying? But in a 7-game series, are you really taking the Clippers over the Lakers? I don't really think so. Warriors are there. The Grizzlies, 14-9. The Trailblazers, 13-11. The Mavericks, 12-11. The Kings, 12-11. A lot of these teams are mediocre. I don't know, mediocre. So is it really that far-fetched to say the Lakers can't make it to the Western Conference Finals?
Yes. We're not even 25 games in.
I don't know.
We're not even 25 games in yet.
I don't. Just looking at these teams, you mentioned the Jazz struggling, 12-13. Rockets struggling, 11-12. Spurs struggling, 11-14. Pelicans struggling, 13-13.
By the way, Lakers and Spurs.
Lakers. LeBron scored 20 in the fourth quarter to win that game. So all these teams that we expected to be there, Jazz, Rockets, Spurs, Pelicans, they're down below. And all the teams that we don't really feel like are real, Nuggets, Thunders, Clippers, Grizzlies, they're at the top right now. And you telling me LeBron can't beat none of them teams in the 7-game series?
What have you learned?
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying maybe he wasn't that far off.
Listen.
Maybe he wasn't that far off.
Listen. Come on.
Okay.
Let's come back down the
Okay. I'm just not at 100% like I was before. I'm maybe 85.
Okay. I'm still at 100%. Okay. I'm still. First of all, number 1, 25 games. We're not even at game 25.
All right, wrap it up.
Number two, talk to me after Christmas.
Okay. All right. I give you that. I give you that.
January 1st, when calendar turns.
I give you that.
And it's time to really start buckling down. We'll see what we got.
Okay.
Until then, my percentage is still 100. And number 3, my pride won't let me do it yet.
Okay.
He talked too much trash.
He did talk a lot of trash.
Got me on video. Got me all riled up.
I'm
not giving him any credit yet.
Okay. I'm just watching a lot of ball lately, and I'm thinking to myself, you telling me LeBron can't beat the Clippers in the 7-game series if they make the playoffs? It just it favors them a little bit.
Currently, what you're looking at, you're right, it favors. I'm just still at 100%.
Okay.
Because I'm still leaving my number there. Because I've learned, I've been bruised, I've been beaten by trying to look at the NBA in its current form and then start saying things that I know good and well I shouldn't say.
Okay.
And you know that the NBA, if there's one league that does this, the NBA is classic for 82 games of drama, and then the playoffs, teams are who you think they are.
Okay.
And the Lakers are still who I think they are.
Right.
I don't believe in Kuzma, Ingram, Lonzo Ball, or none of them. Don't try to get me off, Mike. Don't try to start the music.
I have to go.
All right. All right. Well, Cedric says far-fetched because those are series games. It's a team sport, not against LeBron. Yeah, we'll see.
Hold on, what was that?
It sounds like he's saying it's a team sport. It's not them against LeBron. It's far-fetched because those are series games.
So you're because you like the Clippers this year so much that you would take them over LeBron? Is that what you're saying?
I guess
they're playing like a team.
I don't even know who plays for the Clippers.
I don't even know who plays for the Clippers.
I can't say anything about the Clippers. Does DeAndre Jordan still play for the Clippers?
No, he's a Maverick.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
him and
my man.
Yeah, that kid's balling. He's balling.
Yeah.
He's
balling.
He's balling.
He
might be rookie of the year.
Sir, is he Serbian or something?
I have no clue.
Did you see Jake Fromm? Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry. Offline. Shouldn't do that. Sponsor.
We love our sponsors here. Hey, I'm still here. We love our sponsors here at Audio Wave Network and Academy Sports Show. Our sponsor here at Academy Sports Show is licensed and insured Vaughn's Plumbing provides top quality services at great prices. Whether it's just get up to cold waterproofing or just daily home services, you want to hit them up. The number is
313-304-7786. You look funny, like leading into the camera.
You definitely want to hit him up. He's tested, especially with Joel's house. He's been tested.
I got plumbing issues.
So tell them the guys at the Academy Sports Show sent you. Check them out. Go to VaughnsPlumbing.com. You'll get a great quote, and you see all the areas that he serviced. But if you want to get that direct line, hit him up.
313-304-7786.
Hey, say, hey, is this my Vaughn? Is this the real MVP? The Academy Sports Show guy sent me, and he'll go from there. All right. Wait, is that the ball we was looking for?
That was that. You did it.
Okay. I feel like you got more on your chest.
Nothing else
I gotta
on my
pick up
chest.
my wife before she divorced me.
Yes, we're gonna do that. Hey, before we go, we didn't get a chance to do this. Definitely want to shout out our nephews, man. Congratulations to Chippewa Valley, Big Red, state champs, Division I, state of Michigan. So congratulations. Also, shout out to the young men from Madison High School. You guys played valiant effort, great game, one of the best games of the day. Weren't able to come out with a victory, but still coached a lot of those young men. So super proud of you guys. So congratulations, state runner-up for the Madison Heights Eagles from Madison Heights, Michigan. And again, big shout out to Chippewa Valley Big Reds. And it's basketball season now, so we'll go check them out over in Chippewa. And the third one is playing as well. So that's the one.
It's another one.
Yes. Another one. So yeah, I just want to say that before we go. And check us out on iTunes and on SoundCloud. Don't forget, you can follow us on iTunes and on SoundCloud. We appreciate you guys joining us in our live feed. And we love the support, and just keep supporting us. Follow us on Instagram. Follow.
You know it. Your sports show, favorite sports show. I'm your host, Andre Douglas. And we not live, baby. It's over.
It's over. See you guys next week.